blocked out of magically the entire month of July. So they don't tell us until a month or two beforehand what our blackout days are. So now he's trying to ask coworkers, borrow tickets, because we do give twice a year. They give you paper tickets that you can go and give to people or use yourself for the day to get your ID. Great. See you later.
Excuse me. Oh, sounds interesting.
Can we call our meeting to order? I want to thank everybody for coming. This is really wonderful to see so many people come out tonight. People that care about our community, care about our parks, care about how our town runs, and this is a really great thing to see everybody come tonight. So I want to thank you all. I think this is great. Before we get started, just want to take a little moment to let everybody know, I don't know if you saw the signs coming up the driveway, this year is our town's 275th anniversary. So the town selectmen have voted to have a little party for town residents up at Berkshire, Brody and Berkshire Hall to have a little party reception, a little old-fashioned picnic with a little music and a little fun. Hope everybody can, after we resolve the issues of the day today, have a little fun this weekend and go up to the park on Sunday at 3 o'clock and enjoy that. Sounds good. So anyway, and to take care of the agenda of the day, just want to give everybody a little background. As you probably heard, since you're here, the town received a petition. I believe we received the petition, recorded at the town clerk's office on June 20th. That sets a procedure in motion where the Board of Selectmen met, reviewed the procedure, sent the petition to our town attorney for review and comment. We had a special meeting of the Board of Selectmen, I believe on July 2nd, to actually develop the call of the meeting so that everything would be handled within statutory requirements, and everything has been posted. So here we are today following the statutes and the rules so that we can deal with the petition before us. To have this town meeting, the selectmen step aside and we elect a moderator, someone to run the meeting for us, where the selectmen just become a part of the group, and a moderator steps forward and handles the meeting with regard to parliamentary procedures so that everything is fair and people can ask questions and he directs questions. So we would start this meeting tonight with a nomination for a moderator to run our meeting. So I'd like to open the floor to have a nomination for Daria Hart. We have a second, Daria Hart. We have a nomination of Reggie Smith for moderator. Okay, we have a second for Reggie Smith. We have two people. Do we have anyone else who would like to be moderator of tonight's meeting? Okay. Now, here comes the interesting part. On the moderator? Okay, do we have a second on the vote for paper ballot for moderators? We have a second on the motion for paper ballot. Okay? All in favor, is there any discussion on this? Or we should just move to a vote on the motion for paper ballot for moderator. All in favor of having a paper ballot to establish who our moderator is, signify that you want paper ballots by raising your hand. Okay? I'm going to give it about 20, maybe 30. Anybody opposed to having paper ballots? Raise your hand. Thank you. We're not going to have paper ballots tonight. Okay, so we have two candidates. We'd like to close the nomination process. Would anyone like to make a motion to close nominations? Okay, we have a motion by Alicia, second by Mr. Nelson.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of closing nominations for moderator? Raise your hand. I'm saying that's got it. Okay, so we have two candidates. Our first candidate is Daria Hart. All in favor of Daria Hart being our moderator? Raise your hand. Okay? I'm going to give it 40 or 50 over here. All in favor of Reg Smith, raise your hand. I'm going to say that's overwhelming for Reg Smith. With that, I'm going to step aside and turn the meeting over to Reg Smith to be our moderator. Reg, tell me you didn't leave. Oh, there he is. Okay.
You good?
Thank you, Dan. The first order of business I'd like to say is that I often rely on Deary Hart for parliamentary experience, and I will do again so tonight if I have some questions. And her and I talked before the meeting, and if there's something you feel that I'm doing incorrect, please jump in. We can come to a meeting of the minds. The first item, the first order of business this evening is to Can everyone hear me? No. Great. So that was words of wisdom. I'm going to dispense with that reading. Okay, I'm going to read the call of the meeting. This is Town of New Hartford notice of a special town meeting. The Board of Selectmen of the Town of New Hartford, Connecticut hereby notify all citizens, or all electors and citizens entitled to vote in town meeting in said Town of New Hartford that a special town meeting will be held on Thursday, July 11, 2013 at 7 p.m. at the Antonini Elementary School located at 30 Antonini Road, New Hartford, Connecticut for the following purposes. Number one, upon the petition of 36 electors and citizens entitled to vote in town meetings to take such action as the voters deem best with respect to the adoption of rules and regulations governing the use of town parks. The proposed rules and regulations are on file and are available for inspection in the office of the New Hartford Town Clerk, 530 Main Street, New Hartford, Connecticut. Item number two, to elect one member to serve on the Stancliffe Code Authority for a 3-year term to expire June 30, 2016. This is dated New Hartford, at New Hartford, Connecticut, the second day of July 2013. Board of Selectmen Daniel V. Jerem, Alicia R. Kennison, and John H. Casey. Now, the other end of the legal bit of this, I need to read the return of posting. Return of posting and publication of notice of special town meeting. I, Daniel V. Jerem, first selectman of the Town of New Hartford, Connecticut, hereby certify that I caused a copy of the foregoing notice of a special town meeting to be posted on the town signpost on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2013, and also published in the Hartford Current, a newspaper published in Hartford, Connecticut, and having a general circulation in the town of New Hartford on Saturday, July 6, 2013, dated this 11th day of July 2013, signed Daniel V. Jerem, first selectman. Okay, with a petition is submitted, basically it is a motion to bring it to a town meeting and is seconded basically in advance. So as moderator, I'd like to give the petitioner's representative a chance to present their petition. Would the person who signed the petition or the designated representative please come forward and explain the petition to them and why you feel such action is necessary? Is there a representative in the room? Would you like to come up here or would you like to speak from there, Barbara? I'm giving you the authorization to designate a representative if he'll agree to it. Sure.
Give them the opportunity to speak. Be patient, be polite, or I'll shut down the meeting. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Heinz Byer, and I live on Niles Road. First off, I'm going to apologize for having to read this. I have a lot to cover. We are here to adopt and consider rules governing the use of town parks. Before I proceed, I would like to dispel any rumors that the petitioners are against children's recreation and just want to keep the park as a quiet backyard. Petitioners are proposing a set of rules and bringing the rules to the majority to decide. In a letter sent to Selectman Jerem by one-time town attorney Charles E. Rohrbeck on March 4th, Attorney Rohrbeck writes, quote, "There is no statute which either expressly authorizes the formation of a recreation commission or empowers such a commission to adopt rules and regulations. I find no legal basis for the legal enforcement of the Commission's current rules and regulations, unquote.
Sir, I asked you to test the petition itself, not a meeting with the attorney. Please review the petition.
Point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
The petition was already presented by the legal notice and by the handout. When he's talking on the petition, not reading separately.
As moderator, asked the gentleman to send the petition to the town, that's my order. Can you talk about the attorney afterwards in discussion?
You're asking him.
Hold on, I just made my decision here, sit down.
But you're asking to read it.
Sit down. Let him present the petition, please. Good.
Really, Reggie?
The petition has 22 rules, as do the current rules from the Sorry, I misunderstood. Sorry. All right, park rules are sunrise to sunset, except at Chapin Park to allow use of the skating rink with the approval of the Historic District Commission. Camp buildings located at Brody Park North or Berkshire Hall. Activities in these locations must be quiet after sunset to avoid disturbing the neighbors. Number 2, parks are open to the public. A sticker and/or walk-in pass is required for access to the beach per current fee schedule. Number 3, each guest must be accompanied by a beach pass holder. Number 4, buildings are available for organized use upon written request or when open for public access. Number 5, during approved organized use of a park, the area set aside for a function is off limits to everyone with the exception of the participants, proper authorities, and members of the public who wish to walk through to gain access to other areas of the park, so long as they do not linger or disrupt the approved activity. The reserved area shall be clearly defined in writing. A written copy of this definition will be available to the public at any time at the location of the event. The leader of the event will carry a copy of this description on his or her person during the event. Markers of the physical boundaries of the reserved area will be posted at clearly points around the area. Rule number 6. Swimming will be allowed in designated areas only. Specific regulations concerning swimming will be posted in the appropriate areas. Number 7. Picnicking, fishing, barbecue, grilling, games, and other non-supervised activities are welcome in designated areas. However, all guests are responsible for their own safety. Number 8. Athletic facilities, for example, the tennis court, basketball court, volleyball court, and skate park, are available on a first-come, first-served basis when they have not been reserved for a specific function. Users must take care of the area. Number 9. Boat launching and/or beaching is permitted only in designated areas. Number 10. Pets shall be allowed in the parks but only in non-prohibited areas and only while on a leash. Prohibited areas are the beach, athletic fields at Brown's Corner, tennis court, basketball court, volleyball court, skate park, skating rink, and any other area determined and defined by town meeting. Pet owners are responsible for cleaning up after their pets. Number 11, parking is allowed only in designated areas. Special parking areas that are not temporary in nature are subject to town meeting authorization. Number 12, noise must be maintained at levels that do not interfere with other users of the park or neighbors. Noise-producing equipment must be approved by the Recreation Commission and a 2/3 majority of the neighbors whose property is within 500 yards of the park. 13, unauthorized overnight camping is prohibited. 14, hunting and trapping are prohibited in all areas. Fishing is allowed in the boat launch area, but not on the beach or swimming area. 15, everyone must use designated entrances. Creation of any new entrance must be approved by town meeting. 16, alcoholic beverages are prohibited except for specific events at Berkshire Hall, such as wedding receptions, that are authorized by the Recreation Department or Commission. 17, Use of unregistered motor vehicles, including but not limited to ATVs, snowmobiles, or any other off-road type vehicles are prohibited, except for law enforcement or emergency rescue situations. 18. Anyone wishing to hold group activities must notify and receive authorization from the Recreation Commission and/or Recreation Director. Forms will be provided to help the group organizer communicate the scope of the event to ensure proper consideration can be given by the Recreation Commission Director. Any long-term group activity in a park that represents a change of use or more intense use that has not previously been appointed at town meeting must be approved by town meeting. 19. Infractions of the rules may result in a loss of privileges and/or law enforcement action. 20. Children 12 and under must be accompanied by an adult. 21. Open fires are prohibited unless previously authorized. 22. All park usage must be in conformity with all other town boards, commissions, and regulations as applicable. Now, our current park rules cannot be enforced by the police. We need enforceable rules to protect the children and adults who enjoy the parks. We need rules that apply equally to everyone. All town meetings are governed by state statutes and Robert's Rules of Order. Discussions and amendments are allowed. After each rule is discussed and modified and is voted on. Now, most of the rules are the same as the Recreation Commission rules dated March 5th. Unfortunately, there have been some recent changes by the Rec Commission. Half of the proposed rules have no change. They make absolutely no difference in the current rules. There are a few that have some minor changes, and there are some changes to a few of the rules. We propose that park rules be from sunrise to sunset. We propose that any group who reserves an area must allow the public the ability to walk through to get to another area. Boundaries of the reserved area should be clearly marked. We propose that people should be able to walk their dogs in the parks with the exception of specific areas named in the petition. Only a town meeting should be able to close off dog walking areas. Designating, expanding, or creating new parking areas is a permanent change to the park. A change to parking areas at town parks requires approval by a town meeting and probably approval by planning and zoning. Now, no individual, private group, or commission should be able to bring in and use equipment which violates statutory laws concerning noise. Connecticut regulations for the control of noise define residential areas as a Zone A, where sleeping or areas of serenity and tranquility are essential for the intended use of the land. No person in the Class A zone shall emit noise exceeding 55 decibels during the day or 45 decibels at night. Any levels beyond that are considered excessive noise. For example, 30 decibels is normal conversation. 70 decibels is normal traffic. 90 decibels is thunder. Rule number 15. A new entrance is a permanent change to the park. We're asking that a change to the park require approval by a town meeting and probably approval by planning and zoning. And last, rule number 18, long-term use. No special interest group should be allowed to take over any area of a public park for the long term without approval by a town meeting. This is a reasonable request to allow adequate scheduling of events and to prevent conflicts. The town parks are public parks. Everyone should have equal access without bias. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, what I'm going to do now is open up the section to discussion and or action. Gerald, you're recognized as first hand you raised.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Jim Fitzgerald, 30 Kinsey Road, New Hartford. Mr. Moderator, if you don't mind, I'd like to make a motion. May I read the motion? Motion is, be it known that the town of New Hartford's legislative body created a Recreation Commission ordinance first approved at a town meeting on April 24th, 1967, and later amended on June 28, 1986, and further amended with the effective date of April 22nd, 1994. And any rules approved outside of this ordinance would create unenforceable conflicts, and therefore it is resolved that the petition submitted to the New Hartford Town Clerk, New Hartford's Town Clerk, stamped and dated July 3rd, 2013 at 4:30 p.m., requesting to adopt and consider rules governing the use of the town parks is hereby denied.
I'll make a second.
Hold on. Is that your motion, sir?
Yes, sir.
We have a second. Please stand and state your name for the record and your address.
Alicia Henderson, 198 Hartford.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. The floor is now open for discussion on this motion. Maria Moore, you have the floor. Hold on. They can't hear me, they're not going to hear you.
I would like to speak against that motion because as things stand now, we do not have park rules that are enforceable. The intent of this meeting was for us to discuss the park rules and leave this room with enforceable park rules. If we have no discussion, we will be leaving once again with confusion out there. The police can't go in, and if there's anything going on, they say, well, there's nothing we can do. Okay, nobody has a clear understanding. And also the park rules are being changed with frequency. I have 4 or 5 different versions over the past year where the rec has gone ahead and made some changes, and only yesterday was the website actually updated to the latest change. By having enforceable park rules passed at a town meeting, we all know where we stand, okay? I'm not talking for one set of rules or another set of rules. I would just like to see enforceable park rules. Jim Fitzgerald's motion takes that away from us. Thank you.
Name and address, please. Hold on. Maria addressed, one of my jobs as moderator is to provide information necessary. Dan, would you like to address what the attorney said about the enforceability of 2 sets of rules? I think it's pertinent to this whole issue to help educate the public. So I'd like this first selectman to limit his comments, please, to 1 minute or so.
We did specifically go to the attorney when we get these petitions and we have rules that come before us. What was stated in the motion is true. We have this Recreation Commission that by ordinance in 1967 has the ability to make rules. The town attorney has told us, I'm paraphrasing to the best of my ability, is that if you have a second set of rules, it's problematic. And his summation was, without going into too much detail, because Reggie will give me the hook, is that you're probably going to end up in court. Very difficult to have 2 sets of rules for a town.
Thank you. Jerry Hart, you have the floor.
I'd like to address 2 issues. I think what Maria said is a very relevant issue. We don't have enforceable rules. We have an opportunity tonight, you've all come out, to look at these rules one by one, to amend them as necessary, as this town meeting sees fit, and to put in place a set of enforceable rules that the town has voted on. And I'd like to read from Mr. Rohrbach's letter of March 4th, 2013. He said, the Connecticut General Statute does, however, authorize a municipality, that's us at town meeting, in addition to all powers granted under these statutes, make all lawful regulations and ordinance in furtherance of any general powers as enumerated in this section, and prescribe penalties for the violation of same not to exceed $250. Regulations adopted in accordance with this section may be enforced by citation. He goes on further to say, Section 7-48C6AI set forth a municipality's power to control and operate parks, playgrounds, playfields, field houses, bathhouses, swimming pools, gymnasiums, comfort stations, recreation places, public beaches, and beach facilities. Read together, this is the town attorney talking. These 2 provisions of 7-148C would appear to provide the statutory authority for a municipality to adopt enforceable rules and regulations. Now, he did say in a subsequent letter that there would be a conflict. I believe that would only be if Recreation tried to overrule a town meeting. If you look at these rules one by one and adjust them to the way you want them, and you vote them through, It's my belief that we now have enforceable rules.
Thank you, Derek. John, I forgot what your name is. Mike.
I'd like to make a motion to end debate and vote by a show of hands to reject this proposal.
Hold on. So you're asking to call the question, basically? Yes. Okay, Mike Only has called the question. I saw Penny Miller. Your address is what? 30 Stag Mountain Road. The motion has been made and seconded to call the question, basically. What that means is it ends debate, and we will immediately move to a vote on the original motion. Excuse me. I think I'd be told. All right. All those in favor of calling the question? Sure. That is. It says, be it known that the town of New Hartford's legislative body created a recreation commission ordinance first approved at a town meeting on April 24th, 1967, and later amended on June 28th, 1986, and further amended with an effective date of April 22nd, 1994, and any rules approved outside of this ordinance would create unenforceable conflicts, and therefore it is resolved that the petition submitted to the town clerk of New Hartford, the town of New Hartford's town clerk, stamped and dated July 3rd, 2013 at 4:30 p.m., requesting to adopt and consider rules governing the use of the town park is hereby denied. Okay. All those in favor of calling the question, moving to vote, please raise your hand. Okay. That's what I want to do. Start from this end. You're one. Count it out. 2. Save yourself. 3. Okay. 13. Start there. Be quiet, please. I can't hear everyone count. $27 here. Keep going. All right, hold on right there. Starting with this row. Go ahead. This is going to be difficult. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, count. 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 71, 62, 63, 79, 80. 100. 10, 50, 115, 60, 70, 7, counting, 40, we on 52, 47, 60, 61, 90, 190.
Over here.
91, 2. One more in there. Go, what's that? 6. 230.
231.
31. Bolt, 2 there? 232. Somebody outside. 232 is the count. All right. Hold on. Don't mess me up. I'll get 2 seconds. All those against us, raise your hand and keep them up, please. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 29, 30. 40, yes. 45. 46, 47, thank you. 48. Anyone else that I missed you? 226 to 48. Hold on. Now you have the floor. Okay. Stop. It is a legitimate question. It is a person.
Can you verify there?
You also.
Hold on. Let's not get into chaos or remove people from the meeting. I'm not kidding you. All right, hold on. Where are the registered voters? I need a ruling on this. How should we proceed? Garrett, how should we proceed? Okay, hold on. Let's not get this going into chaos. Be quiet. We're trying to decide. What I understand, if we have more than 2/3, we don't have to have a can count. We have more than a 2/3 vote. Okay, thank you, Jude. It is withdrawn. The motion to move the vote has been approved. Thank you, guys. How you vote on the next one is up to you and your conscience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get a sip of water. Yes, take that back. See, I love my wife, so I'm giving her my water. All right. I was going to read that actually. I'm going to read it one more time. This is the motion you're voting on. Be it known that the Town of New Hartford's legislative body created a Recreation Commission ordinance first approved at town meeting on April 24, 1967, and later amended on June 28, 1986, and further amended with the effective date of April 22, 1994, and any rules approved outside this ordinance would create unenforceable conflicts, and therefore it is resolved that the petition submitted to the Town of New Hartford Town Clerk stamped and dated July 3rd, 2013 at 4:30 p.m. was requesting to adopt and consider rules governing the use of town parks is hereby denied. That motion has been seconded already. All those in favor signify by raising your hand, please. Everyone keep their hand up. Those who will be voting no, do you see the hands in the room? Would you require me to count all these? Okay, then I'll do it. It's your right. One more time. Be quiet so I can go.
It's a shame because now we're going to do the same thing where everybody
So you're saying move people to here and then there?
hands off, conduit, anything.
You're nominated as my counsel for that side of the room. Go for that. Go there. Hold on, hold on. Here overseas county No, you cannot. Motion's on the floor, you vote on it. Thank you for your time. Okay, Darius counting on you, right this line. Don't cross this line. All right.
It's kind of hard sometimes to understand.
Don't interrupt me.
You see this one? That was changed. But that was changed into, that was made into ours a sunrise or sunset unless otherwise authorized by the Rec Commission. And that's the real problem. Because some people have been told no, and other people have been told yes, you can access the properties. And that's the real problem. So that's what happened. So the application is in.
11, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Okay, hold on, please. I'll announce the results. The results are 129 for, 89 against. The motion carries to deny the petition.
No. Those were the fours.
Seems a little confused.
I'm sorry. I told you, you gotta keep an eye on me. I knew the matter. Okay, it's 218 for. I'm sorry. I'm sweating. Give me a break. Okay. 218 for so far. All those against, raise your hand, please. Keep them up. Sorry for the. All right, you count yourself. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep your hands up. Okay. Got 11 on that side. Yes, it's a total of 53. 11:42. Thank you for the legislative body correction. The results are 218 to 53. It's by more than 2/3 majority. The motion to deny carries. Okay. Hold on, please. Hold on. There's a question there. There is no question there. Well, actually, you have your hand raised. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If it's against or for the regulations, the motion is decided. All right, but if you're going to editorialize, I'm going to move to the next item. With respect to you. Okay. I will, once the meeting is over, give you the mic and let you editorialize if you'd like. All right, we're going to move on to the next item. We're going to keep this tight. Okay, hold on. Mr. Cronin. No, there's one more item on the agenda. One more item on the agenda. Hold on, I'm going to get this gentleman's questions and we're going to move on.
Mr. Moderator, by mic. We have a town meeting called to address rules. We have members of the Recreation Commission here, and we have rules that they have approved. Perhaps this body would like to consider the Recreation Commission's endorsed rules as something that might be in the best interest of the town.
It's not on the call. I'm not going to allow it, sir. I don't believe it is. No. I would suggest that if people want to do that, to bring it back, you can petition it or have the selectman make it. It's the call of the meeting says review a petition, not that. But thank you for your time. All right, next item. If I can find it. Someone stole my call. I will say as an editorial, if our Board of Finance chairman's in the room, he'll have my vote on fans next time for this area. Holy crap. And the Board of Ed. As long as it's not expensive. All right, item number 2 is to elect one member to serve on the Snake Cove Authority for a 3-year term. Terms expire June 30th, 2016. Do we have nominations for that position? Okay, so we have a nomination for Penny Miller. Do we have a second? We have a second from Jim Fitzgerald, 30 Kinsey Road. Are there any other nominations? Hold on. Are there any other nominations?
What's the position?
Any other nominations? Now you can make a motion to close. Kenny Croner, motion to close. Second to close. Steve Ross, seconded it. All those in favor of closing nominations signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All those in favor of Penny Miller serving on the Stancliff Cove Authority for term to expire June 30, 2016, signify by saying aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? Penny, would you like to make a speech? Okay. That is all that is on our agenda. Penny Crowe is making a motion to adjourn. Bob Hausen seconding. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting signify by saying aye. Aye.